Oh, there we go. All righty. Got it. One time. Right. Islam. Peace and love to y'all. Pazia Moor. I am, or Soy Hermano, Brother Shanley L. You already know that all is well. And oh man, bro, I forgot that quick. What was what was that appellation, bro? I be getting, man.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. And we like to welcome ye all to another Intuition Monday with 7 Hillstar.
Yep.
All right. Sun Ingress Virgo, and we're going to be real quick to it, straight to the point. But before we jump in, I am here with my bro, and he is...
Peace, greetings to you all. Namaste. Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazio Bey, here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? Guys, let's get it. I'm ready, man. We're gonna knock this out, get some flash testimonies, and do our design.
Right. And for those who don't know how we do, we take one chart globally, slice it into 12 slices of an astro pie. So Brother Hassan will be starting us out 1 through 3, 7 through 9, and I'll be doing forward through 6 and closing us out. So without further ado, let me hit the share screen. Where you at, Astro? Go. Boom, boom, and boom. And with that, I yield the floor to my bro. Is it going into the Virgo zone?
It is. That man, we're starting out. We're East Coasting it early, right? So let's
East side.
Yeah, no, right. Let's get it, right? So, all righty. So this solar ingress into Virgo is taking place at 0 degrees Virgo. Just at 0 degrees, 10 minutes is Regulus, the fixed star, known as the Little King in certain times, known as the Heart of the Lion by most. But it's at about 0 degrees, 9 minutes on this particular chart. So, software is varied. However, what we can actually say about this here is we're paying primary attention to detail. We're really shining a light on the minuscule things. And the minuscule things that we're really shining a light on really has to deal with sudden changes that are taking place within ourselves and really, doing a bit of a check, so to speak, or an inspection pertaining to our own value system. For those of you that are within the Virgo zone, and especially near the Avalon Corporation, Virginia Commonwealth. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, we're going to the Leo zone. All righty. And now the sun, of course, is in the second house now. So when it comes to finances and your possessions or the energy that you utilize to be able to get the different things that you enjoy, what is going to actually occur here, you're going to probably find how your health is thoroughly tied to how you're actually feeling. If you're shining, you're feeling good, right? So I really think here people are going to probably be making some changes to their hair. There's probably some hairstyles you're going to be kind of like looking through for yourself, maybe using some type of application of some sort. But I really think that when it comes to barbershops or beauty salons, they're going to probably be very busy. Those of you that are within the Leo zone, I trust that y'all have a really sound position with whatever changes you're making to your look. All righty, there within Leo zone. I got a really good feeling that you're going to be probably dealing with this look for about a good 6 months to a year before you probably think, I think I'm going to possibly change it again. Right. So you're going to go and try some different looks. You're going to probably use your finance to do something that you wanted to always do. Just make sure you're sure about that you want to do, because this may be drastic. You may be thinking about, maybe you're someone who has always had your hair long, and then you're thinking about maybe cutting it, or you've always had, locks, your hair locked a certain way. And now you're thinking of like, instead of them being small or singular or thin, now you want to bring them together, and have much thicker locks, so to speak. So that's for near the Austin Corporation, Texas State Republic. And with that, I yield the floor.
Two strands.
What you say?
Two strands.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what they call, the Senegalese twist. Exactly. So with that last one and this one, Cancer is is on the ascendant. So it's being ruled by the moon, of course, in Scorpio as this is taking place. So there's definitely with the, Leo zone and Cancer zone, there's a trine between the ascendant and the moon brewing. So with that being said, with this taking place in the third house, and of course, I'm recognizing, and as I've been doing these testimonies, I've been recognizing, Venus is retrograde there, of course, right? And, the lot of Venus, Eros, is there between Venus and the sun, while also Regulus is there in the third house. So I think when it comes to communication, there's going to be someone that you're speaking with that may be older than you, or you're finally having a conversation with someone you've been in a relationship with. There's always been an age difference between you guys. However, there are some things that are going to be spoken about that you always wanted to speak about, but never really been able to have the conversation, because it just seems like either one of you are avoiding it, or one another was always kind of busy. I think at this time, coming on the 23rd August 2023, for those of you within the Cancer zone, and especially Scotland, Canada, as it's called, that particular corporation, right? Just allow yourself to say what you need to say. Be very disciplined in this communication. And make sure, if you're going to bring up some things from the past, just be clear about the emotion that you want to express, because that alone, the self-control, will beautify the conversation. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, and whom will well please, Brother Sean Mel Islam.
All right, so moving along, now to the Gemini zone, right? We have Sun in the fourth house, right? And we are near Mulcahy Island, Cook Islands. So with this solar ingress into Virgo in the fourth house, there could be a sense of, creativity when it comes to the home life. Also one's mother or even one's father, right? And even maybe like a sense of royalty coming, right? Or maybe a sense of power coming in, power is an illusion, but a sense of like elevation, as they would say, raising one's vibration. So for the Gemini zone, for you guys, y'all can just really probably say that there's going to be a lot of deep cleaning here, probably all during the season before autumn comes, with some also term fall. Just doing that cleaning, as this is the last month of summer, before the sun ingresses. So yeah, get the details together, organize things. And we look at Mercury. Mercury is in the fifth. So you organize your creative projects. If anyone has that, it's, right before Mercury stations retrograde. So just finishing up, projects or ideas, getting all those things together. And with Venus ruling over the ascendant in that fourth house as well, there's like a sense of beauty when it comes to finances. So maybe someone's going to find some, finance, what they call money in their pocket, or in the drawers or dressers or things of that sort. When they're doing that rearranging and cleaning, it's like, oh, hey, look, man, I found 100 notes or 50 notes, and I didn't even know I had that, right? So just getting that and just really valuing the organization and details in one life. With that, I yield the floor. All right, moving on now to the Taurus zone. All right, so now we got Sun with some actually home in the fifth, so feeling really good. All right, now we got Aries on the ascendant, the sun in the fifth house. Once again, Maybe someone, near this Taurus zone, or someone that has Aries ascendant. Maybe there's an opportunity of success now coming in as the solar ingress conjunct Regulus. Some would say, authority, or able to communicate what needs to be said to those in government. Getting your writs, or getting all the different codes and statutes and constitutional things put together in one's writ and send that off, as whether it be an affidavit or a memorandum. You really be able to communicate to those things of those who are in service, those servants that are in service, who think they can try to rule and control people. All right, and with Mars ruling the ascendant in the sixth, and also ruling over that eighth house, there's a self-transformation coming when one really lets themselves be willed by the details, so they can, for one, see the bigger picture and really step into the leadership of themselves and not let others lead them. Becoming their own priests, realizing that everything they need is within, and that everything on the outside is just a reflection of the inner world. So that goes back to the whole as above, so below, as within, so without. So get your astrology, get your mirror readings, and don't let oneself procrastinate. Really, do the cleaning outside and internal. Clean up that temple, clean up one's home, make the necessary adjustments to any projects. Maybe someone's even going to be cleaning with their loved one, or, having the children assist in cleaning. Virgo season is all about cleaning things out and recognizing one's own sovereignty, one's own, quote unquote power for y'all to get that, and one's standing. And with that, I yield the floor for the Taurus zone. And now we're going to move into the Aries zone. And now we have the sun in the sixth house. All right. This is near Malolos, Guam. What's now called Guam. So yeah, for you guys in the Aries zone, there's going to be a sense of health and service. Maybe visiting one's doctor or one's physician, one's chiropractor, taking their health serious, because as I say, health is wealth. So if anyone's been feeling ill of any sorts or not themselves, check on one eats, or maybe even starting that exercise routine. Maybe incorporating some push-ups or a daily walk into one's daily routine. Maybe even taking one's pets on a walk with them as well, having them get the exercise as yourself as well. And let's see, Virgo is definitely in that seventh house. So communicating the things with one's partner. So if one's partner is not even ill, communicate that, assist them in the things they need to, that they need assistance with to make them feel better. Doing this behind closed doors, as they would say, and really allow that healing to take full effect. And allow it, rather than fighting and resisting the things that one needs to know in order to do. And with Jupiter in the third, also ruling over that, mid-heaven as well, medium chile. Let one's communications expand by organizing those details, what one wants to say, whether it's letters, poems, or anything. And just always see the dual nature side of things, what's valuable and what's not valuable, and stick to using one's will to only accept and be open to the things that are valuable, without, worrying about anything else, and allow the sudden changes to motivate one to make that transformation and make change. And with that, I yield the floor back to my bro as he going in on the Pisces zone.
It's long. So now we're definitely seventh house in it now, right? So in the area pertaining to relationships, or how you're interacting with your relatives, also in the area of dealing with beings that may provide competition or seem like they could be in diametrical antithesis to your goals. They could come off like a quote unquote enemy. What is actually best to do here is just really keep focused on what it is that you're seeking to do. If there's some goal that you'll be able to get to, I know, as of right now, whatever resources you're able to get, whether it's in terms of so-called debits and credits and Federal Reserve notes due to being under occupation, or until you're able to, relieve said occupation or whatever. What you can do here is really stack that energy, stack that finance, keep doing what you're doing to actually have a fascination with yourself and a denial of those that may be in opposition to you. So what will be best during this Sun Ingress Virgo here, just pay attention to the details and allow yourself to move forward in meeting your goals and not having to stop to explain yourself to anyone who isn't really adding to you or your family. All righty. And with that, I yield the floor. We're going to the Aquarius zone for the 8th house here. And of course, this is near Sri Lanka, right? That looks like Tangala, Sri Lanka. And for the 8th house here, this is again dealing with some form of very strong communication, especially when it comes amongst neighbors. I think what some may actually think to do is to move forward with actually having them and their spouse, maybe a so-called spouse, quote unquote, choosing a new place to maybe stay, so to speak, or maybe you guys are going to visit somewhere else. Maybe you and your consort have 2 different houses in the neighborhood, so to speak. And what's been happening is you guys are now making decisions to maybe, kind of, hey, let's stay at this house, for this time, or then go to this house for this time. Or you guys are making the decisions to, we'll stay 6 months here, for this particular season, and then go 6 months there. So it's you're always experiencing, spring and summer, because because you both kept your quote unquote houses. So when making that communication, just be clear about how the plans are going to go. And when it comes to your travel plans, make sure you're doing those things in advance. And with that, I yield the floor. We're taking it to the Capricorn zone now. And this is the 9th house where, sun's in its joy here. I really think there's going to be some detailed analysis, maybe even a report that's released. And this report is going to be really speaking on about, the head of either some governmental organization for the Capricorn zone. I know that is Vacolis Mauritius, right? I really think even just in this general zone, Capricorn zone period, or it maybe experience other places in the world generally that maybe that energy is traveling. However, I think there's going to be something published that is going to be a detailed report about someone that is some agent who people look as a quote unquote political leader, right? And that report is going to be definitely unveiling some things about finances, possibly being misappropriated. So there's going to be a light shined on someone maybe not using their finances so appropriately that was looked at as quote unquote leadership by other beings. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we are well pleased as he goes in on the Sagittarius zone, Brother Sean Lee Mel. Islam.
Islam. All right, so here we are, the Sagittarius zone. We're near Runtu, Namibia. All right, so sun in the 10th house. This is all about creative, healthy expression. So maybe someone, or they can take the advice that we give pertaining to their career. Maybe they have an idea something that they do within their career or their job, that would really be able to help expand what they do, or the company that they're in. So maybe there's some details that they didn't see, or something they can bring can really assist them. And Scorpio ruling this chart, right, at 14 degrees, they could bring a sense of value, something that they came up with that they can share, probably came within the group, or maybe the friends came up with something, and really communicate that, and be able to get that raise or get that advancement, and let it be nurturing. So yeah, being okay with communicating or really feeling the things that are unseen, or that they can, practically bring to really expand that value when it comes to the partnerships and the relationships. So yeah, don't be afraid to release those ideas, or take the time and opportunity with this Mercury retrograde that's about to occur, and really just write down one's plan, do that vision board, or write out that business layouts, those ideas, and really don't be about short term, think about long term. And for those who are in those positions that have been abusing their power, they will also fall on their own sword, right? It's because they think they have this position, they're untouchable, or they're quote unquote powerful. That would really not last too much longer. And with the moon, moon definitely is about to be ascending, right there at the ascendant. Let those changes come to oneself, and be open to changing the service industry, not going along with the things that have been in place for so long. And with that, I yield the floor for the Sagittarius zone. Now we're going to move into Scorpio zone. All right, with Sun in the 11th house now. So I just see Fenir Mansoa getting it Basul or Basal. This is within fingers. So hopes and wishes come by being open to changes, expressing those changes, and being humanitarian. So be open to being creative on how one can assist others. But first and foremost, it's important to assist self, but the long-term goal, the value of one's standing, has to be to serve the people. At the end of the day, if one's just looking to do things to serve themselves, it won't last. It won't work long. Look at Seven Hill Star. Altogether, it's been 9 years of service. We're going to hit over 400 videos soon, via the internet. So, we're being of service to people, we're being kind. So embrace that feeling of, like I said, the self-leadership, and also just, willing one's will, letting that fire guide one rather than being burnt by it. And being open to making changes before one has to be forced to make changes. And, really just communicate those things that one gets in meditation, or while doing yoga, or any other breath work practice that they call spirituality, and really see that beauty within oneself. Treating oneself to things that will advance one's values without really being focused so much on how much it costs, or and these other things that really don't matter. Just being open to what I spend comes back right to me, and getting out of that energy. And with that, I yield the floor for the Scorpio zone. All right, and we'll be ending in the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone. Hey! All right, as we are near Goiânia, Brazil. All right, so Virgo's on the rise, Sun's on the 12th. The light's being shined upon the spirituality. Maybe some, just getting creative in one's spirituality. So instead of, being so stuck on one thing, maybe do a couple different things, be okay with maybe juggling a couple of different practices rather than being fixed in one, and just be immutable with how one is, being of service to themselves, and how they're coming to the details, how they're being creative, and how they're expressing their point of view, because now they have been allowed themselves to, study 5 or 10 different books, or, different practices, And now, since they have been so detailed, they can see that bigger picture clearly and take those proper steps that are necessary. Because they have allowed allow themselves to be engulfed in things that are foreign rather than rejecting it because they don't know about it. They're being open to it. So stepping towards that, stepping towards that growth zone rather than staying what makes them comfortable. And yeah, this is probably even doing some self-healing at home as well. Maybe someone's gonna purchase an exercise bike, or I'm getting like gloves, taekwondo, punching bags, those things that allows ones to exercise not only their body but their mind. And with that, I will yield the floor. I'm gonna bring us back here. Anybody in the chat?
Let me double check.
Let's see, I'm headed there. I'll meet you there.
Because I was going in on Facebook. It's funny you had mentioned something about 7 Hill Star going 9 years strong. And I just shared a Facebook memory from 7 years ago when I think it was maybe the first time I was on an interview. I think it was my first interview by Dr. G back in 2016. And I was just like, man, like, it's not a game. There's receipts. It's like there's major receipts, yo. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not a game. It's major receipts for real. Like, for real. But when it comes to the chat, Brother Derek Blash-Face is Islam, everyone. And I yield.
Islam to Derek Blash. Well, all right. I guess that's it for us. Shout out to everybody that's part of Tupac, the Universal Professional Astrological Community. Showed up to the workshop this past strong beginning, what folks will term the weekend. And y'all can be looking forward to some more things coming from 7 Hill Star. We're going to get those together and we're going to put that out. And I think that's about it. Bro, you got anything else?
Oh, man, that is all, man. I'm ready to, I think I'm going to probably go and see what's going on with my loves real quick. And then I think we're going to be live on Instagram, bro. I think it's time to go in and do some type of prediction type stuff. See who wants to be someone who's lucky, so to speak, on Instagram today. Who wants to get their reading live? That's how I'm doing today, man. Just see who wants to go in. And I'm gonna do my best to just keep it short and keep it real short, sweet, simple. Looking at some things in the chart they like to go in on, and just make some predictions. Look at some things in the past, look at some things currently, and then make a prediction for the future. And all doing that to encourage you all, schedule a session with us, right? If you see that you only have a certain amount of finances and you're like, well, this is what I have, what can I get for this? We already know when it comes for an hour is $153, regardless. You know what I'm saying? We cannot keep, we know that sometimes people, think just because, we are who we are and what we stand for, we're supposed to be able to take your sob story and, allow ourselves to not get what we deserve. But when you go and help other people in the world, that's not, your direct loved ones, but yet you're helping other people, so-called businesses, thrive by either transacting your energy with them or you're punching a clock for them, working for them. It's like, when it comes to us, you're going to give us what we ask for, period. Like,
Right on.
So, but we will work out something, I know what numbers, in my head, when you got whatever, and it's like, okay, well, I can at least do this, However, so we're going to do another tester for Gold Star Conversations on Instagram. I'm going to go and check on the loved ones first, and that's about it, bro. What do you think, bro? What about you?
Go get me some food. I'm hungry.
That's
lift
exactly
it up for
I'm
for
gonna
all
check
the
on the
loved
loved
ones here.
Let's hint. Let me see what's being cooked.
Yeah, whip something up, man. Because I definitely love, I love cooking and I love just being of service to my loved ones. Because that's just me. So yeah, see what time I'm done. Maybe I'll hop in that live with you. But I know we both have a lot of things that we're working on. Like, guys, get excited for the things that we're bringing. Don't be so hateful because of Seven Hill Star. Like, join us and uplift yourselves so you can assist us in lifting everyone. Quit being so hateful. Like, for real, like, y'all only really, y'all thinking y'all being hateful towards us because y'all think it's something about us and it's only something about yourself. So, go take that long look in the mirror. Really speak to yourself, get it out, because it's not us. Get your session. We can show, most likely, I'm 99.9 repeating 9 sure we can show something, point it out, especially on part, it's definitely something Leo in your chart, to where one blocks their own light and they don't like when others shine their light. So, be open to making changes. If one really won't make changes, don't make excuses, period. Because y'all already know what it is. Seven Hill Star, we're just here to assist you because maybe some of y'all need to hear from somebody else. How the psychology works and all that. So, we have a lot of things coming because we're building while we're flying. So, be excited just as we are to, present these things to y'all. So, yeah. So, that's it for me, bro. So shout out to everybody. Happy Moon Day. You already know we'll be tomorrow at the Jurisprudence Gym. We'll be back Wednesday for the Astro Weather Report. Thursday again for the Jurisprudence Gym. Friday impromptu improv. Man, that's gonna be like 13 degrees straight. So we working over here, right? Just about as much as folks punch the clock, we're doing the same thing. There's really no difference. So
we got, like, when I looked at today, because I did a lot of organizing work of, just doing like, all right, let me organize this, organize that. And it's like, we definitely got like 10 workshops that are available for people that we've completed over the last couple of years. 10 workshops, right? That's available. All they would have to do is transact the Eleemosynary tuition, right, through CashApp, and they can have access to it, unlimited access, right? Then we're coming up on 400 videos on YouTube. Like, I mean, it's like we just keep dropping albums and mixtapes. If this was hip hop, people would be like, yo, they dropped another, they keep dropping mixtapes. And they keep dropping songs every 2 days.
That's like, Wayne and Gucci ain't even dropped this much.
At all. You know what I mean? At all. So with that being said, I was just doing that because I'm just like, all right, let me just, gather everything. Let me let these Cancer claws do what they do and gather and compile and organize, because I know it's going to come a time where, we're going to have to, like, probably we're going 9 times out of 10 switch gears and put our energies into other things. However, we done did all this work and compiled it so that people need access to it. They can transact for it, or we can send them to the YouTube, whatever the case may be, while we're working on another project. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to this jurisprudence, because I got a jurisprudence project like in my head, and I'm like, we do this jurisprudence project, you know what I'm saying? It might just, anytime we was online, we just gonna be on some behind the scenes type stuff and just keep pushing what we already put out. Because a lot of people have not gotten their hands on what it is that we have. Not a lot. It's under 1,000 people. It's under 1,000 people. It really is. And I get it. We are, how we're going about this, we're not, doing it because what's profitable is being Negro, Black, colored, and African American. And since we're not doing it that way and truly being ourselves and being the free white persons that we are, right, so to speak, even though we're not naturalized anywhere. However, us being ourselves and honoring our ancient foremothers and forefathers, it's like an energy with that, you know, we have to just be sincere and consistently genuine, right? Regardless, to be able to, as these beings say, get to the bag, right? But to be able to really get the energy exchange that, you know, we are worthy of, period. However, with that being said, let's see if there was anybody else. So I doubt it. Let's see. And Brother Seven, Judah Bilal Bay says peace and love.
Peace and love.
So guys, we're going to yield the floor. Indeed. Share this with your loved ones. We'll see you guys in Jurisprudence Gem next day or tomorrow. Tomorrow, right? So this is where I say to y'all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace.
Peace. Oh, I gotta end it.
Oh, yes.